Here now, Roy Sekoff, founding editor of the Huffington Post, and MSNBC political analyst Joe Watkins. Roy, is this the defining moment of the campaign?
But I think it is a little bit like George Bush with the supermarket scanner. And let me tell you why. The reason is it fits a narrative that's been building already. You know, that McCain is out of touch with the #1 concern of the American people, which is the economy. I mean, on Sunday he said that you're rich if you make $5 million a year. We had Phil Gramm saying that, you know, it's all in our heads, that we're a bunch of whiners. He didn't know how much gas costs. So I think because it fits into a narrative that's working, that's why it's going to resonate.
Joe, I want to ask you if it's fair to call this playing the POW card, all right, and respond to this. I want to ask you if that's an unfair characterization. Here's what McCain's spokesperson said. The reality is that they have some investment properties and stuff. It's not as if he lives in 10 houses. This is a guy who lived in one house for 5.5 years in prison.
That's very, very fair. I mean, everybody knows that John McCain is a patriot, and it's not unusual for people to have rental properties or investment properties. Lots of Americans do.
Really? Lots of Americans have nine properties and 9 houses?
But if I was Barack Obama, I agree. If I was Barack Obama, I wouldn't get into this kind of an argument with John McCain, who's an American hero. He has one house that's over $1 million, and he bought his house with the help of a convicted felon, with Tony Rezko. And nobody wants to make an issue of that, and I don't think it needs to be a huge issue, but people need to consider the fact that if you're talking about houses and how you got them, he got his house with the help of Tony Rezko.
But Joe, let's go back to the POW question that Dan asked, and that really has become the default answer to everything. It's sort of like shades of Rudy Giuliani. Noun,
that question was asked
POW.
That question was asked to him in 1982 during a congressional debate where somebody was saying, you know, where have you lived and how long have you lived here? And he said, you know what, the longest place I've lived is the Hanoi Hilton. I mean, you know, that was the truth of the matter. That shut the guy up.
He's using it for everything.
But claiming that the Hanoi Hilton is a sort of a residence, and therefore...
Well, it was for John McCain for 5 years.
I understand, but therefore relevant to a discussion of how wealthy he is. I mean, what connection...
Well, it's his wife's wealth. You have to realize, I mean, it's fair for somebody to not know exactly how all the money's invested. Absolutely. To not know how all the money's invested and how many properties are bought.
You're a seasoned political
I'm a seasoned political guy. I'm also a former financial guy, so I understand this.
You're going to tell me that it is normal that everyday Americans will just accept the fact that, you know, people don't know how many properties they own. It gets confusing. You lose track.
No, I'm saying that somebody with a portfolio might, and especially with his wife's portfolio, because I mean I thought that Barack Obama was not going to attack Senator McCain's wife. I mean Senator McCain urged
But he couldn't even come close, Joe.
Well,
I mean he couldn't even come close. He had to consult his staff.
This is John McCain's wife who owns the properties, and Barack Obama is attacking John McCain's wife. John McCain told people to lay off of Barack Obama's wife. I think that Barack Obama at the very least would do the same.
All right, let me ask you this, Roy. This is from the McCain camp, saying a McCain campaign official, it's in the Atlantic, said the decision to go Rezko was Obama's. He opened the door to this, the official said. Even Obama's former pastor, Reverend Jeremiah Wright, is now fair game. What do you make of that?
Yeah, that's what it took. It took Obama saying this to open that door. Yeah, they never would have opened the Rezko door. They never would have opened the
Hillary
Reverend
Clinton
Wright
was
door.
the one.
You know,
Hillary was the one that opened. Hillary was the one that opened the Rezko door, if you all recall.
That's right. She did, and it's already been played out, and voters voted for Barack Obama.
He just got convicted this past spring, and people really want to know the depth of their relationship. I mean, Barack Obama, the only way he could buy the house was to get the help of somebody else to buy the property next door.
So does that open the Keating 5 door as well, Joe? Has the Keating 5 door swung open now?
The book is still open on Tony Rezko. I all mean, he has been convicted of fraud.
Let's play the two ads. Here, this is the Obama ad first about. All right, I'm supposed to go to McCain. All right, this is first the Obama. No, this is the McCain response to the Obama ad. I'm going to play in a second. Let's do Obama first. Okay.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
Maybe you're struggling just to pay the mortgage on your home. But recently, John McCain said the fundamentals of our economy are strong. Then again, that same day, when asked how many houses he owns, McCain lost track. He couldn't remember. Well, it's 7. 7 houses. And here's one house America can't afford to let John McCain move into.
Barack Obama knows a lot about housing problems. One of his biggest fundraisers helped him buy his $1 million mansion, purchasing part of the property he couldn't afford. From Obama, Rezko got political favors, including $14 million from taxpayers. Now, he's a convicted felon facing jail. That's a housing problem.
You know, I just love the fact that both sides decided to stay civil, and that there's going to be no negative. It's going to be no negative campaign.
That's right.
And you know, that's, you know, now that this is the last day of the show, here's I think my next career may be in doing the voiceovers, those haunting voiceovers. Tony Rezko was a man who, you know, like these voices.
Part of the property, Dad.
Right? It's
which part of the property?
All right, very quickly, yes or no? Is this more than a one-day story, Roy Sekoff?
Yeah, I think it will because it fits the narrative.
Joe?
2-day story.
Roy Sekoff, Joe Watkins, gentlemen.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.